Hey, it's Kalita or Lovely, and welcome to Not So Lovely Topics with Lovely. Today's topic is why do we choose to do different things for other people before we do them for ourselves? And for a lot of years, I would say probably like 4 years, it's been something that has frustrated me as someone who has been growing out of people pleasing for these 4 years. A lot of times we get into places where we feel as though we need to do things for accolades, money, approval, validation, um, hearing gratification from other people, when in fact things should be done. Yes, those things are fine, but doing things for ourselves should also be a priority inside of serving the community. And when I say that, I don't mean, oh, I need to be selfish. No, I mean, you don't need to be pouring from an empty cup. You, as in me and you. We don't need to be pouring from empty cups when just because somebody got their hand out. Because you never know if that person is just doing it because they don't have the time or don't care to try to do it for themselves. Like they can have a full cup, but because they know you can do something or you know how to do something, or you are there and willing, even though you are not ready, or you don't have the mental capacity or space to do so, but because you are there and willing, somebody is going to take that hand. So for you, you have to put it upon yourself to want to make sure that you are well equipped, mentally prepared, ready and willing to do something, not because somebody has their hand out, but because that's what you want to do. We have to start doing things from our hearts, not because what somebody else wants us to do. And this is such a hard thing, and has been a hard thing for me because I am the firstborn. So me in my household, or just in general, I feel as though I should be helping, serving, uh, making my brother's place. I have all brothers, so that also adds on to that because sometimes somebody can have sisters that want to pick up the role and do different things, but brothers, you kind of just doing everything, or like you feel like you have to do everything. And in retrospect, it wasn't always a push thing, but because in my heart I want to take care of my people, it became a thing in my head that I need to. And it has been communicated to me multiple times that you had a choice or you chose to do this. But in actuality, if we think about it, it doesn't matter if I was given a choice. If I could help and I can physically see that the other people are struggling or they acting like they can't, or some things are going on, I'm going to push in. Because when you are somebody who has been, I can't even say conditioned in this space. Let's say, excuse me, y'all, please. We could say condition. Sometimes it's conditioning, but sometimes people just have this innate nature to want to care for different things. It becomes hard for you to ignore other people needing help. It becomes hard for you to ignore the mess, cleaning after others. It becomes hard for you to ignore different things. And growing up with our boys, it was a mess. People was hungry. Different things were going on. So like that was the start of me with this need to feel like I have to put others above myself. Now, we know that the Bible talks about loving thy neighbor as we love ourselves, yes. But make sure you are not pouring from an empty cup, because how are you supposed to progress? How am I going the thing that has been getting me for the past couple of years, and I'm sorry if like stuff jumps and things. Let's think of this. This is a conversation between us. It's just me talking though, but if you want to, you can comment and talk to me. I will definitely talk to you back and whatnot. But basically, let me get back to what I was saying. The thing that has been in my brain, it has been just pushing me to change this habit, is that when I die, the things that I did for others will be good. Yes. But when I die, I don't want to look at my life as me living for other people, what other people want me to do, what other people need me to do, what other people say, what other people's opinions are, what other people think is good for me. I can't live like that. I can't. If I live like that, I'm not living a fulfilled life. Because in me letting other people govern my life, I feel as though I am not living the life that God has assigned to me, because I am allowing the winds of other people to stray me away from my path. Are y'all hearing me? We come into this world and we have these things that we like, and it's something called, of course, our consciousness. Yes, you will develop consciousness. Yes, our consciousness. I'm reading this book, but I have been reading this book for 2 years. But in the book, it talks about how we have universal consciousness, we have collective consciousness, we have our consciousness, and we can talk about these as subconscious. And we have all these inside of our subconscious, right? So you have your own consciousness, but you also have a subconscious that's connected to everybody in your family, and also everybody in the world, and then people who are in your collective. So if we are basing it off of that, I cannot sit here I said this was uncut. I'm not gonna cut it right here. But I got a little bit off track because I got a little bit upset. But my thing about it is, I can't sit here. Let me just go ahead and get this out while it's flowing. I can't sit here and allow myself to be swayed when I could be remembering who I am, and I can be doing what I need to do to remember who I am, and putting in place what is supposed to be put in place, because that is what's going to give me fulfillment. And not necessarily saying that just remembering is all it is. Because in remembering, I am knowing what I need to improve and what I should be working on and what areas I should be in. So, when you're a child, and then I will base this off of anybody who is creative or anybody who is feeling like they're lost in their passions. If you look at your childhood and you look at what you liked, you will find out what you should be exploring. And that's why I say you remember, and then you put in the work for that. You just finding out what category you're supposed to be working in. You're just finding out what is the area, right? Now, I kind of got off track, but I'm going to flow, because whatever this supposed to be about, we're going to let it be about it. Thank you, God, for allowing me to continue to be able to communicate on this phone. But we have to remember, because if we continue to allow the opinions of other people, for example, like I personally did not get into my style fully when it came to clothes until I graduated high school. But that's not because I didn't have that ability. My mama never pressured me about my clothes, but I had a good mama who bought me clothes. I didn't have to worry about my style. Do you get what I'm saying? I started buying my own clothes. Then I started wearing PJs or things that were black and all these other colors, or just going to the boys section. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we, in different phases of our, I can't even say it like that, because I don't want to lose people in the confusion of me switching topics. The main gist of what I'm saying is, sometimes we get complacent in the role that other people have for us, or we get complacent what has been provided or is here instead of what is for us. Does that make sense? And that doesn't mean that what is here is not for us. All I'm saying is, in what's for you, in what is there, you can find what is for you. Oh my gosh. How can I say this without sounding too complex? I'm sorry, this is like my first time talking about something like this on camera. You have to take what you have I don't know. I kind of want to go back to what I was talking about at first. But I do want to say the main gist of what I was just talking about. We have to remember who we are. And we have to be willing and strong enough and brave enough to branch off and decide that we want something different. Not because we want to be rebellious. It will be seen as rebellious anyways. But we have to try to find ourselves, not just what other people have decided that is good for us. And please do not in this situation take me talking about my mom buying me clothes as her trying to force clothes on me, because my mama let me do whatever I wanted. I used to have literally colored streaks in my hair from the laundromat when I was in middle school. My mom let me express myself, but at the time, with style wise, I was not willing, because I was complacent in the fact that my mom had good style. She had me in good cute clothes, but my style is not my mom's style. The same way your household style is probably not yours. The same way the community and the people who are around you now may not be the community that are aligned with you later on. Does it make sense? Like, we're allowed to evolve. We're allowed to change. And if you feel like you need change, or you need to explore yourself, or you feel like you're lost, or you feel like you don't have a purpose, you feel like this, remember. That's why it's so important for us to break down the experiences that we went through and different things of that nature in a journal, and like be able to do our shadow work, because in a sense, you are not only remembering the bad things and the trauma and trying to fix, or let's not say fix, trying to resolve and come to terms with and acknowledge those things so that you can be able to know what your triggers are and different things of that nature, but you're also remembering those parts of yourself. But if I get back to my basic topic still aligns with that. Because if I'm always I'm always giving out my cup to other people, I am doing what was complacent. I was complacent in as a child. Children are yes men. Yes, ma'am. And if you're not a yes, ma'am, no, ma'am type of child, you are labeled as bad. Not because, let me say this differently. No, I don't really have to say it differently. I said what I said. Sometimes you have to allow yourself. Why is my phone going off?
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and say it again, because I don't know why Siri just said that. But children, a child could be seen as bad. A child could be seen as bad because they are not in the line of order that other people are in, right? But your difference doesn't have to be the thing that makes you feel as though you are not enough. Maybe the difference in you and what is maybe what you feel is, I can't say that. I apologize for this 1 minute because I'm not finna cut this out of here. Sorry. But that's what I was saying. Oh, there we go. The same way that they're gonna think that you are bad. No, a bad kid is bad because they're not doing what the people want them to do, right? And as me having a background as an art teacher, some of the bad kids weren't always bad kids. They just had boundaries. Okay? And sometimes in the workplace, especially with children experience narcissists the same way we experience narcissists. Children experience egotistical, power hungry people the same way we experience those things. So if in that scenario, what I'm saying is you having boundaries and wanting to fill your cup is going to make people call you up. It's going to make people not be mad at you. It's going to make people feel like you're entitled. It's going to make people be like, how dare you have an opinion about yourself? How dare you? How dare you have boundaries and want more for yourself? How dare you? How dare you want to live your dream? How dare you have freedom and want to do different things? How dare you take risks on yourself? How dare you want to fill your cup when I need something out your cup, even though my cup is full and overflowing and I have more than you? Huh? And that's why you got to watch out. And I need you to be able to stand on 10 toes about yourself, because there's people out here who have a cup that's full. And the reason why their cup, that they feel like they need your cup, is because they're not using their cup in the right places. So they need yours. Do you understand? So, of course, the people who do not respect themselves are going to feel some type of way when you respect yourself. Of course, the people are going to feel some type of way when you want to use your time for yourself when they don't even do that. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? And that's what been the thing that has been killing me for 4 years is the being disliked by the people who don't even like themselves. And I hate that I'm getting rowdy with this, but when I'm passionate about something, unfortunately, this is how I come off, okay? But like, people literally do not know how to take care of themselves the way that they want to. Did I say it right? That's the way it goes in the life train. Life train, not love train. Because, like, literally, my brother's here. Hold on. People will feel like you're entitled. People will feel like you're conceited, but take care of yourself. And honestly, we have to start prioritizing ourselves so much that we do not prioritize the opinion of others. And I saw this thing that Erykah Badu said, and hopefully I put the clip right here. But Erykah Badu was talking about the perception that other people have of her is not her business. So what they talking about is not your business. You hear me? And in a lot of those cases where people are talking, they're just revealing how they would be in your situation or how they feel. Or let me say, in relation to what you have going on, the processing of why and what doesn't have to be your actual why and what, because it's based off of their life experiences and their consciousness, and they might not be in your collective, so they might not be able to understand your why and your what. Do you get what I'm saying? So you have to take what people would say to a grain of salt. And it was so hard for me to accept that and be okay with being a villain and just being like, I have to do different things for me. And I can't be sad that I have to do it for me. You have to be able to say no. But I think that that's all for this one. And I'll see y'all later.